Queens mass shooting leaves 10 teens wounded outside New York event space. Police are searching for 4 suspects after they opened fire into a crowd of 15 people standing outside an event space in Jamaica, Queens. 10 teenagers were hurt in the shooting, which happened just after 11:15 p.m. on New Year's Day outside the Amazura Concert Hall on 144th Place. Last night in Queens, a memorial for teens lost to gun violence turned to a horror when a gunman opened fire on the crowd, including several young people who are now hospitalized. This cannot be our normal. We're working with authorities to bring the perpetrators to justice, Governor Kathy Hochul said. Hochul. And so basically, what this was, should I explain to the world? Okay, so what it seems like it would have happened is that they're having a visual for somebody that just got shot.
Yeah, stop the violence thing. They're saying it for a bunch of people who have been killed.
So they were probably honoring somebody because the way things are going kind of with drill music and the way they're probably honoring somebody culture in that. And they knew that the person that probably killed him still had beef with his friends. Yeah. So he knew they would be there. So he came to finish off them too.
They said it was like 4 suspects that came in there and they just shot. I mean, they hit 10 people. This is what's normally been happening. They've been going to funerals sometimes and doing the same thing or whatever the case may be, wakes or whatever the case may be, and doing the same exact things. But this is, this is not the same as the other terror attacks, but you got 10 people shot. And it seems like, when we first heard about it, we didn't know that this was all the information. So it makes it seem like, okay, geez, is this attached to what's going on in New Orleans? Is this attached to what went on in Vegas? But no, this just looks more like some kids who probably have gang ties and probably have problems with each other that are a lot deeper than what we can understand. People have been murdered. And so at the end of the day, when you're young like that, you can't handle. There's a lot you can't handle. Even being older, we don't handle things well. You just had a guy blow a cyber truck up, shoot himself, and blow a cyber truck up in Las Vegas. Another guy plow down 14, 15 people, murder them, injure another 25, 30, and try to shoot it out with the police. So imagine what children will do in this case right here. But this is not to say that they should be getting a pass for doing what they're doing. Someone needs to step in and deal with the situation.
Not bad, because you shot 10. I mean, not everybody's innocent, but the majority of those people that got hit were probably innocent.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
It's like, if you're going to be out there doing that, I always told my kids that too. Like when they would try to go through a phase like that, or anybody, it's like, bro, if you want to try to live in the streets, you need to learn how to live in the streets.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? If you're going to do something like that, boom, bop on you spraying a whole crowd because you pussy, you don't want to walk up to the dude and shoot him in the face.
I mean, yeah, and they're feeling like I'm going to try to get as many of them as I can. But the video of when they're showing them outside of them, when they're sitting outside, when they're shooting away outside the cars, you could tell they were afraid. It wasn't like you walked up and just got out. You did get down, but you could have got down. But they really did. Not the way that it could have turned out for the crowd. I guess there were 90 people there inside of it. And you just basically did a sort of a walk by or a run by. And that's how you felt about it. You went and did what you had to do. But hopefully,
it's a sad thing. It's bad enough like black folks terrorize ourselves. You know what I'm saying? But I mean, every race does it. Every race does it.
Not to this degree that we do it.
No,
not
every nationality does it.
Not like this. Not like we do.
Yeah, not like we do. No, because we do everything fucking flyer and flasher. It's bad. It's bad flashy. It's bad fly. I'm not condoning none of this.
The type of don't get me wrong.
Yeah, it's horrible.
When people sit back and they try to pretend like, oh, there's more crime in the black community,
glamorize,
blah blah blah. There's not. That's a blatant lie. I guess I believe we're very much more violent in certain aspects. You guys do more, like there's more raping going on in your neighborhoods. There may be more shootings and murders going on in ours, but there's more crime in your neighborhood. People just don't, they can say the numbers don't bear out, but I can explain why. If you look at it from the perspective of, when you look at it from perspective, you guys were dying at probably a 10-to-1 or better clip from the fentanyl crisis. That's crime. That means your people are selling drugs to each other and probably committing property crimes that are just not being solved and not being dealt with. That's a lot of crime, probably other violence that was not going on, that you're not policing because you over police black communities, because that's who you want to put into the prisons. And it leads back into the other things we talked about before, when they want to, prison to, or school to prison pipeline, keeping black people incarcerated. But the fact of the matter is we are very much hurtful to our own people. I know everyone is, but to me, it's more impactful because I'm a black man and I don't like to see it.
And I mean, like, they even have this article. I mean, I really don't care because I saw who he voted for, but they was talking about Waka Flocka just got jumped by 10 random people.
It's not true. He didn't. I mean, he came back. Wasn't that an
old video? It looked like an old video.
No, but he came back and he said that, oh, you guys will just believe. He's just being
that was an old video.
To me, he doesn't matter. To me, no one cared. Everyone went in there and said, why don't you go ask Trump to help you? And he was like, oh, you guys will just believe anything. You're doing it because no one cares about you. You're done. Go back in, go vote for Trump. Go deal with that. Go do what you're doing and continue to do that. Let us deal with the rest of the issues over here. We'll talk about the real truth. Yeah. No one wants to deal with a 40-year-old person who almost wants to troll. And I got jumped by 10 people. That's cornball shit.
I was watching the video, right? And the video was from back in the day. I was like, no, this is an old video because I remember somebody swung on him. And then he jumped over, like it was like a fun center or something.
He wasn't using that video. He went in there and he did makeup on his face or something like that. Yeah. And then he said, I can't believe no one helped. I got jumped by 10 people. Then he came back. So you guys will be like, ha ha ha. You're trolling about getting jumped at your age because nobody's paying attention to you. People aren't booking you no more because they know you're a Trumper. Go be a Trumper. Go let him book you somewhere. Go let the Trumpers see if they want to listen to a round of applause at a Trump rally somewhere. Nobody does. We used to support you. We don't no more. So move on and let him do what he's got to go do. But the fact of the matter is here, man, these kids, man, somebody needs to step in. If they got to start nobody wants to see kids go to jail, but you're out here shooting up stuff that I'm sure there are younger people than the people who had nothing to do with what you had going on here were at this event. You know what I mean? And we need to do something. We need to deal with that. I know you have